as you're joining us, I would love for you to find the chat window. So if you're in Zoom, I think it's, depending on your screen layout, it's either at the top or at the bottom. There's a little, message bubble and it says chat. Open that up and tell us where you're from. And before you hit enter, there's a drop down. And I think by default, your messages just get sent to the hosts. But if you wouldn't mind sending that message to everyone, you can choose from that drop down to send a message to everyone and let us know where you're tuning in from. While this is a Wisconsin Tableau user group run by wonderful people in Wisconsin, it is virtual, so anybody can attend, and we welcome that. So
looks like we have host too. Anybody can speak. Exactly.
But it looks like we have some people from North Carolina. Well, that's you, Chris. Good job.
No, there was a Durham, North Carolina in there.
Yeah, Ginger.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ohio.
Yep. Awesome. Florida, San Diego,
Missouri.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Welcome.
Yes. Welcome to everyone.
Prasan, where are you joining us from?
I'm joining from New Delhi, India.
Phenomenal.
So, yeah, it's so far away, I could say, and even the time zone. But yes, I literally got excited, so I had to do this.
Yeah, what time is it there?
It's almost the reverse, 11:32 p.m.
Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
All right. Well, we're a few minutes past the hour, so we're going to get started because we have some awesome content today. But again, feel free to use that chat window to comment throughout the meeting, to get to know each other. But definitely continue as people join us. Find that chat window, send a message to everyone, not just hosts and panelists, and let us know where you're from. So, if you've attended one of the Wisconsin Tableau user groups meetings before, you probably have seen my face before. My name is Brandy Beals. I help to lead the Milwaukee Tableau user group as well as the Wisconsin Tableau user group. But the Wisconsin Tableau user group really is like a collaboration between both Madison and Milwaukee Tableau user groups. And it's just one big fun family. Co-hosting with me today is Patrick McCormick. So you're going to hear from him throughout the meeting today as well. The agenda for the day. So for the next hour and a half, I suppose, not the whole day. But we've got the kickoff. That's what we're doing now. And in just a second, we're going to do an audience profile. And that's really just like some fun questions to get to know you all. After that, we are going to be doing something called Biz Games. And I'm not taking credit for the idea. I definitely got it from somebody else, a different user group who did it. And it was just a lot of fun. So we're going to go over the rules of that later, but we have 4 different people who are participating in that event, and you all get to watch and enjoy the fun. After the Biz Games, we have a presentation by Tableau Ambassador Christopher Scott about Tableau visual cues. It's going to be awesome. It's going to make you more effective and efficient with Tableau, and who doesn't love to save a few seconds, right? Which will save you obviously many minutes over time. And anyway, you'll see how awesome it is. After Chris is done, we're going to give away some prizes and just kind of wrap up the meeting in a few minutes. So a little bit of housekeeping. So many of you have found that chat panel that chat window to comment on like where you're calling in from. It's great. We're going to use that chat window to just kind of comment on different things throughout the meeting, especially during Biz Games. You guys may be like, why did she do it that way, or something like that. The chat window is great for commentary. There is a separate panel called Q&A, which will be really good if you have any questions, because the questions kind of stay there forever. They don't get lost in like, you know, the chat window. And those, so if you have any questions, find the Q&A panel and put your questions there. We are going to pick we're going to pick a total of 4 winners, 2 from the chat and 2 from the Q&A panel when we do our giveaways. So if you want to win a prize, either use that chat window or the Q&A window. Okay, hopefully that all makes sense. All right, so with that, I'm going to actually stop sharing. I'm going to turn it over to Patrick so he can share his screen, and we're going to do our panel or our Q&A, or I'm sorry, wow, I'm saying panel a lot, the audience profile.
Hi, everyone. So our icebreaker poll questions are going to be done through Kahoot. So either grab your phone or point your browser at kahoot.it, and I'm going to hit start here, and we'll have a game number or a QR code that you can scan with your phone to participate. And there we have our game pin for today is 1648874. So if you plug that in, type in your name, there we go. Corey for the win, for the first one to join. Nice job. And we'll give people just a minute here to get logged in. Very nice. Let's see, we've got 82 people logged into the webinar today, and we're approaching that number in Kahoot. All right. Let's go ahead and get started then. First question. Our Wisconsin Tug Q1. Here we go. Each question you'll have 30 seconds, I think, to answer. But where was our last in-person Wisconsin Tug event? So this is kind of checking to see if you were paying attention to Brandy earlier. So in Wisconsin, some of our common hosts are American Family Insurance on the east side of Madison, or CUNY Mutual Group on the west side of Madison, or Harley-Davidson Museum is another spot in Milwaukee, or not applicable, exclusively online. All right, we got a bunch of people that weren't paying attention to you, Brandy. This is a trick question because the Wisconsin Tug was always an online event. So the intent, actually before it was cool, so before the pandemic, December 2019, we got started. And the intent is to reach throughout Wisconsin and obviously throughout the world now. So glad we're able to do that. All right, next up, let's get an aggregate look at where, oh, sorry, first one is Wordle. So Wordle, how often do you play Wordle? So it's a trending game that people are addicted to. You get a puzzle once a day, and then you can share your statistics for how efficiently you solve the puzzle. I've tried it once. I'm not addicted. Haven't heard of Wordle. So yeah, give it a try. I'll pop the link in the chat earlier, or if you just Google Wordle, you'll find it. It's actually a site in the UK. All right, word cloud. This is the one where we're going to get an aggregate look at where everyone is joining us from. So go ahead and type in your city and state, and if you're outside of the United States, tack on your country, and we'll get a look at that. This will be fun. So I saw a number of people commenting in the chat. They work for a Wisconsin company, but they might be in California or the other way around. So that's an interesting from our marketing aspect. Nice. Lots of Wisconsin, some Arizona, Alabama, and Boston. Good showing from Boston. Welcome. Good. All right, one more word cloud. So the Olympics are coming up. What is your favorite Olympic sport? And this may resemble Christopher Scott, but he's actually a snowboarder, so it's not him.
I don't know how you knew that.
You told me.
Well, good memory.
Figure skating. Oh, curling. Well, we got a strong curling presence in the Madison area. That makes sense. Christopher, what's your favorite?
I was bobsledding. I'm so sad to see it down there. Apparently, the Jamaican bobsledding team is coming back for the first time in over a decade to the Winter Olympics this year. So,
yeah, I heard that. All right, let's bring it back to Tableau. And how many of you have, how often have you published to Tableau Public, and how often do you do that? So if you're not aware, Tableau Public is a free service that enables you to publish your dashboards. And we'll be using one of those dashboards in the Biz Games in just a few minutes. Oh, we've got a Viz of the Day author. That's cool. And not yet. So something to check out if you're interested. And several people that publish a bunch. Very good. All right, back to you, Brandy.
Thank you. All right. Okay. Just getting set up here. Okay, so let me just, right. So thank you so much, Patrick, for that. It's really cool to just see where everybody's calling from. And I love the question about the Winter Olympics, even though I could not think of any sport that I was, you know, really jazzed about. All right, so we're on to the Biz Games. So here's how it goes. There are two teams of 2 people each. And so we've got on team A, Prasan and myself are going to be competing, and then Jen and Sarah are going to be competing as team B. And the goal really is to just recreate a dashboard. We're going to have 15 minutes to do so. And the dashboard is going to be something that utilizes the sample superstore data, which is, if you're familiar with Tableau, it's just like a, I don't know, like a kind of fun data set that just comes with every installation of Tableau. And so we make sure that everybody has the data set. And Patrick has chosen a dashboard for us to recreate. And so he'll be sending that out just before we kick off the game. So you guys will be able to see what we're recreating as well. Now, here's kind of like the interesting component. So one person on the team is going to be able to see the dashboard that Patrick is sharing. The other person on that team won't be seeing that dashboard. They won't know what the dashboard is that they're trying to recreate. All they're going to get is a description from their teammate about like what, I mean, you know, how to create the view or what the view should look like. However, that person wants to describe what they're seeing, they'll describe the dashboard to their teammate. The teammate will build the dashboard. The person who's building is going to be sharing their screen with you. So you can kind of see what that builder is doing, how they're approaching building this thing in Tableau, but they won't be able to see, obviously, that original dashboard. So that's kind of the game, and we'll see how far each team gets in 15 minutes. And hopefully it'll just be fun. That's really the goal. I also think it's just, there's something fun about seeing how other people approach building stuff in Tableau. So that's really kind of like the goal, that and communication. So are there any questions or comments about the game? No. Okay, wonderful. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to send away Team B. So Jen and Sarah are going to step away because, yep, they're waving goodbye, because it would be unfair for them to see what Team A is doing. Team A is Prasan and myself. Like I said, Prasan is going to be seeing the dashboard that Patrick is going to share. The describer cannot see what is being built. So actually, Prasan should only have up on his screen the dashboard that Patrick is going to share. So Patrick, you can share that link in the chat if you want. I will not be clicking on that. Kind of honor code, I will not be clicking on that. Prasan, take a few seconds to look at that, prepare yourself, but Prasan should not see what I'm building. So that's kind of like the thing. I can ask follow-up questions of Prasan. Prasan can describe the dashboard to me, and together we have to get as close as possible. Okay. Great question though, John. Thank you for that. So Prasan, any questions from you before we get started? You are muted. Yeah.
No, I'm fine. I don't have any questions. I think I've got the link as well, so I'll just one thing before we start, like how much time I have to review the dashboard?
Right. Let's. How about you have maybe 2 minutes? I know that's not a lot of time, but we only have a few minutes to do the to play the game. So take a few minutes to review that dashboard now, and then we'll get started.
Sure.
And so I feel like Prasan, while you do that, I think what's fun about this is, I mean, first of all, sometimes communication can just be hilarious, right? Like the last time I played this, somebody was describing to me the 0 axis. And in my mind, you know, I went to like the formatting of the lines that you can do on a Tableau view. And so I kept trying to like format the 0 axis, like the 0 line. And that's not what they were describing. So, so it's kind of funny. But then also, you know, how much can you discern from a dashboard just by looking at it and describe to somebody else? So the other thing I should mention is that Prasan and I met about 20 minutes ago for the first time ever. So this should also be really fun.
Yes. Okay. So we'll start dashboard.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Just 1 second. Sorry, I have my screen up. Hopefully, Patrick, can you see my Tableau desktop? Great.
Yep.
Prasan, you should not be seeing my Tableau desktop. You should just be looking at the dashboard that Patrick sent. And then Patrick is actually going to start a 15-minute timer. So Patrick will kind of tell us when to go. Are you ready at least, Prasan?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, great. So whenever Patrick says go.
All right, on your marks, get set, go.
Okay, so Brandy, we have one dashboard that is named org sales dashboard. And in this dashboard, we are going to create 6 views. So in the first view, we'll first try to complete the sheets, and then we'll push it into the dashboard. So for the first sheet, let's just name it as map, and then we need to build a map here, and also we need to put the country and state in the detail mark, and we need to put our profit ratio as well for the color.
Okay, so profit ratio is color and then a map. Got it.
Yeah.
Why am I not seeing? Oh, there we go. Okay. And you said state and what else in the level of detail?
In detail, we need country and state.
Country and state. Okay.
Yeah. So if they aren't in hierarchy, we need to put them in hierarchy as well. Let me know when it's done. I'll just move it to the next sheet.
Okay, so you can go ahead.
Yep. Okay. So in the next sheet, it's mostly a table, we can say. So we need to put in subcategory in the rows and discrete year of order date in the columns.
Okay.
And we need to put in profit in the text in marks card. And we need to color it by, sorry?
You said profit and what?
Yes, we need to put profit in on text on marks card.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get table. And also we need grand total by columns as well as by rows. And they should, the grand total should be to the left. It should start from the left.
Got it.
And we need to color code this on the basis of profit color. And I'll tell you, the profit color, if it is greater than 0, we need it blue, otherwise we need it red.
Okay, so profit is on the color shelf as well.
Yes.
And you're saying it's either blue or red.
Yes, they have created a calculate field. So if it is greater than 0, it is a Boolean calculate field, profit color. So if it is true, it is blue, and then if false, red. Okay, I'll move to the third sheet.
Quick question, sorry, is this like a heat map where it's not just the text that's blue or red, but it's like the shading behind?
No, it's not a heat map. It's just a normal table, I'll say. And the font, I'll say the labels that we have in the table, the numbers, they are just color coded. Not at the background, but on the font level.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and also we need to put in for profit, we need to put in rupees, RS over there in place of the currency.
The profit needs to be in what currency?
It needs to be in rupees, RS. R is capital and then S, small s.
Okay, so, Do you know, this is a stupid question, what country uses rupees as their currency?
Actually, India uses rupees. It is, I think now we are using symbols, but yes, India uses rupees.
Interesting.
I don't know, like if it is by default.
Oh, I see.
Why it
Okay.
is, yeah, I think it can be in dollars as well because all the other views are in dollars. So
Okay, let's just leave it at dollars for now. I can't find rupees in the currency thing, so that could be something that's just my problem.
Yeah.
So let's move on to that. We can come back to that.
yeah, no problem. So the third chart is a pie chart, and we need to create not a pie chart, it's a donut chart, and we need to categorize it by, let me see, by category. And we need to put the total sales as well in between.
So the total sale, so the pie chart or the donut chart is by
Category.
by sales, right? And
yes,
then
by some
category.
Yes.
Got it. And then, no, gosh, I forget how to do the donut chart.
Two placeholders, and then we can.
Right. Thank you. No, that's not what I want. You guys are probably laughing at me like, oh my God, I can't believe she doesn't know this. But sorry. Okay. And then you said is there text on the donut chart?
Yes. We have in between the second placeholder, I'll say the second placeholder in between, we have total sales over here.
Mm-hmm.
It has the label total sales, and then we have the sales number as well in dollars, US dollars. And apart from that, we have labels for all the categories as well, with the category name as well as with the sum of sales.
Okay, got you. All right, well.
Okay, should I move over to the next?
Yeah, and we'll come back, if you're okay with it, come back to formatting because I feel like I need help on the formatting, but one thing at a time.
Okay.
Halfway there, 7.5 minutes left.
So we're halfway, got it. All right.
Nothing but kudos in the chat.
All right, cool. So I've got the donut chart. What's next?
Great. Second, we have a line chart. So we need continuous month of order date on columns shelf, and we need sum of sales at row shelf. And we need to put in category in color.
Okay, that one was easy.
Yeah. Now, next we have a pie chart. We need to create a pie chart with sum of sales, and we need to put the subcategory into colors.
Okie dokie.
We'll have labels all throughout the pie chart with the names, the subcategory names, and with the sum of sales below them.
Okay.
Okay. So, I hope we can complete one dashboard like this.
Yeah, I'm sure we just focus on like one dashboard.
Yeah. So let me know once we're done with the pie chart.
I'm done.
Okay. So next we need to create a area chart, and for that we need sum of sales on row shelf and continuous month of order date over column shelf. And we need subcategory over color.
So subcategory on color, and you're saying this is an area chart. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Okay.
So yeah. So now we have total 6 views, 6 worksheets. Now let's wrap it in a dashboard.
Yep.
Yeah. So first, over the top, we have we need to place a text box with Superstore sales dashboard, named as Superstore sales dashboard.
Okay. A question for you. Do you know the size, like roughly the size of the dashboard?
Yes. The dashboard size is 1000 by 800.
Okay.
1000 is width and
Okay. Oh, that's what I had. Okay, stupid. All right.
Yeah.
I've got the title.
Below that, we need to put a container. And let's in that particular container, let's put 2 horizontal containers as well. Yeah.
So is this a vertical container and then 2 horizontal containers within that?
Yes, I'm using 2 horizontal containers because for the above one, we'll have these will act as 2 placeholders for text, and in the below horizontal container, we'll have the charts.
Got it. Okay, let's, can we start with the charts? I think it just might be easier.
Or maybe we can use the title as well.
Sure. Okay.
So, and the charts we need to use are the table that we created, subcategory, and the map. The map needs to be at the left top corner, and it will be followed by the table.
Okay, so the map is in the upper left and the table is in the upper right?
Yes.
Okay.
And we need to name the map as profit ratio by state.
Okay, and what color is the profit ratio? Because right now it's from orange to blue.
Okay, so we need to color code it from negative will be red to green. We need I think it's a diverging color palette that we need to use.
Okay, I got that, red to green.
Yeah.
Cool.
And for the table, we need to name it as the title would be profit by subcategory.
Is subcategory hyphened?
No.
No hyphen. Okay. All right, cool.
And now we have 4 more
warning.
charts.
What'd you say, Patrick?
2-minute warning.
Okay.
Okay. So now we have 4 charts left.
Yep.
So how we are going to place it? Just let's see. Okay. Okay. Just below these charts, the both of them which we have placed already, we need to place we need to place a text box where we can put sales, just sales, plain sales only. That is what we need to put here.
Okay.
Okay, and then we need to place our 4 charts in a way. I'll just give you a brief imagination about it. Like below that, we'll be having 4 charts. So towards the left, we'll be having donut, and below that, we are going to have the pie chart. And on the right, we are going to have the line chart, and below line chart, we'll be having the area chart.
Okay, so let me just get this set up one moment. So donut chart, and then the pie chart below, and then the line chart, and then the area chart.
Yeah, towards the right.
Right. Okay, fantastic.
I think we are pretty much done here. And
Where are all the color legends?
the color legends, yes.
10
So
seconds.
we have the category color legends over the donut chart. We can use the bottom bottom right left corner for
Time.
the donut chart.
Nice job,
Okay,
you two.
time's up. Well, okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Now can I come back to Zoom?
Yes, you can come back to Zoom. I was just working on the final formatting, so it certainly leaves something to be desired, but we have all the charts.
Yes.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, comments in the chat are like mind blown, very impressed. So nice job, you two.
Yeah, this is wonderful. And Prasan, well done. I mean, I feel like you told me exactly what I needed to do, and yeah, just really well done. So
The
Thank
currency
you.
was a fun challenge.
It was really fun. Yes.
thank you so much.
We didn't see that one coming, did you, Brandy?
Oh gosh, no. Well, so I I will say I kind of gave Patrick like a like a list of here are some possible dashboards that you can choose from, kind of trying to help him because I had already narrowed it down a little bit. Definitely did not like remember seeing this one, so I'm glad. But yeah, wow, this is wonderful. Somebody asked if I could change my view to entire view. If you mean like to fill the charts to entire view, that's probably what I would have done. But I did not do that initially. Obviously, formatting still needed here. Anyway.
So Brandy, since you're sharing and you guys are done before Sarah and Jen join back in, do you want to click on the dashboard?
Oh,
the goal dashboard?
I haven't seen it, so this will be fun.
I feel like there may have been a disconnect.
The dashboard Patrick shared, the first one was like, it will be so hard.
Oh, so you just did something different? So Prasan, did you choose to do something different then?
No, like there are so many dashboards in there.
Sorry, my computer.
So I went for the second one.
This is all for good fun, so it's we're all learning. I can share here too.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
I feel like my computer was struggling to share my video, to share my screen, to like load, to just load everything. So I apologize.
So this was the link that I sent out. And where did you go, Prasan?
The third tab, because it has so many tabs. I think it's all to complete there. So I started with the third one.
Perfect.
The org sales dashboard.
So in case people were looking at the sales dashboard, they can understand. Hey everyone, sorry about that. My Zoom quit unexpectedly.
Yeah, I don't know, mine's acting up too, so I apologize for that. Okay, so I think we should bring it back Jen and Sarah though.
Yep.
So let me message them so that they can come back. They actually messaged me and was like, are you ready for us yet? Like they're itching to come back. So we did not forget about them. They're on their way. But I will take a look at that dashboard, but yeah, it's just fun. So well done. Thank you, Prasan, for being a wonderful teammate.
Thank you.
I'm here. Can't wait. That felt like the longest 15 minutes of my life.
I know, sorry, we there was a little bit of there were a few follow-up questions after we explained the rules, and then Prasan took 2 minutes to get comfortable with the dashboard before we actually started. So you guys will have that same opportunity to look at the dashboard for a few minutes. Patrick, do you want to share that third dashboard that Prasan used so that Sarah will use that same one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Where are we sharing that dashboard? Is it going into the chat or is it going?
Yeah, Patrick will share that link in the chat window in just a second.
There you go.
Okay.
So Jen can't click on the link, but for
I'm not
your
clicking on the link.
I have to minimize my view again here so that I'm not looking at you.
Right, so just
There we go.
and real quick, Sarah, it's actually the third tab. So it's the tab titled Org Sales Dashboard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, that first tab is pretty cool, but
I know, it is cool. Maybe we can do that game a different time.
got to practice a little more for that first tab.
There were some volunteers in the chat.
Oh, good. Now that people I think are like a little hesitant to, real quick, before I go off on that train of thought, it is 12:43 Central Time. Sarah, take 2 minutes to just review the dashboard. And while you do that, I will just chat a little bit. But yeah, I feel like anytime we do something new, people are always a little hesitant to like volunteer. But now that people have seen it and they're like, yeah, okay, I understand the game now. Maybe we can do it again because it is certainly fun. So Paula asked a question. How long have Brandy and Prasan used Tableau? Prasan, how long have you been using Tableau?
It's been, I started in July 2020. So it's been 1.5 years.
That's wonderful. I've been using Tableau for like 10.5 years. So yeah, I'm kind of shocked that in the moment I couldn't figure out how to build one of those charts.
Oh,
Yeah, I know, I didn't say it. I didn't say what kind. So yeah, but yeah, I do know a few of you have asked about using the entire view. I don't really know what you were seeing, but there's unfortunately only some, depending on the resolution of your screen, there's really only so much that can be, I don't know, like Tableau, you can't really like zoom in to Tableau or like put it in a presentation mode as you're building it. So apologies for that. All right, Sarah, are you ready?
I believe I am.
Okay, just to confirm, you should not be seeing Jen's screen. You should just have up the dashboard.
Mhm.
And then Jen, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, wonderful. Patrick has the timer. So Patrick, you can, give him a countdown and let him loose.
I'll let you know when it's about halfway and then a 2-minute warning.
Okay.
So
Okay.
on your marks, get set, go.
All right, Jen, we are looking at a dashboard that contains 6 sub-elements. There is a map, there is a table of numbers, there is a donut chart, there is a line chart, there is a pie chart, and there is an area chart. So we're going to start with the map, which is
Okay.
profit ratio by state. And it is a color gradient from red
Hold on, just
to
a,
green.
sorry, just a second. Tableau is choking already.
Sorry, I'm
Oh my
excited,
goodness
so I'm going
gracious.
to talk fast and
Okay.
I don't know. Okay.
Profit ratio.
Profit ratio by
state.
state.
Okay.
Okay. And again, it's a stepped gradient. So this is continental United States only
Mm-hmm.
as the extent, and it's the red-green color gradient, with red being the negative profit, green being the positive profit, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 steps. And it is centered at, I'm assuming it's centered at 0, but there's 4 red gradients and 6 green.
Okay.
Okay, tell me when you are. There is no title on this one.
About layers. Do I need state names or
Nope,
boundaries?
it
or
is.
anything like
It
that?
is. You need state boundaries, but no underlying roads, rivers, anything. So it should just be the outlines of the states filled with color. And later on, when we put it on the dashboard, we'll add the color gradient as a legend.
Okay.
Okay, if you're ready, the next one is a table of numbers. So it's profit by subcategory for the years 2015 through 2018. So subcategory is in the
Sorry,
rows.
year, do you suppose that's order
Sorry.
date or ship date?
I
Go with
don't
order
know.
date.
Yeah.
We'll go order date.
Okay.
All right. Profit subcategory by order year of order date?
By year of order date.
Year of something. Okay.
Year of whichever date measure you pull in, right?
Okay.
So
we'll go with order date.
yeah. We're also going to color the numbers by positive, negative profit with a red, blue color gradient.
The numbers themselves, so not a highlight table, but just the numbers
It's not.
are.
It's just the numbers. So yeah, this one's formatted like an Excel spreadsheet. So subcategories are your in the leftmost column. Then we have 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018.
Oh. Well, my data only goes from 2018, but we might just have to roll with it.
Pull it with 4 years of whatever. 4
Yeah.
most recent complete years, or as many complete years as you've got.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So we also have worksheet totals in the table. So there is there's a grand total at the bottom, and a row grand total at the bottom, and the column grand totals are to the bottom, and there's a row grand total to the left.
Okay. Oh, no, on the left side, not on the right side.
Yes,
Right next
yes,
to
on the left side. So it comes subcategory, then grand total, then your years of data. And positive values are blue, negative values are red, And negative values are formatted with a negative sign, and then everything else is currency to two decimal places. Actually, depending on how the numbers,
okay.
only 2 decimal places for the negative values, but I don't know how important that is to really.
Yeah, maybe we'll come back to that if we have time. We only have 15
Right.
minutes, and you said there are
Okay.
charts.
Right, we're at 10
Maybe we're
already.
looking at
So
here.
next one is our donut chart.
Okay.
It is sales broken into, I'm assuming these are 3 categories: technology, furniture, office supplies.
What would you call category?
I don't know where in the data this lives, but there are 3 groups of stuff: technology, furniture, office supplies. So that's either 3 of all categories, or in the data, what do you have, Jen?
Yeah, categories: furniture, office supplies, and technology. So that seems reasonable.
Yeah, so it's sales by category. Each of the, it's oriented at sort of the upper right.
Oh my gosh! I think Tableau just crashed. Holy
No!
cow! Let's hope it auto recovered. Unbelievable.
I mean, I can go on describing, but you kind of lose the fun.
Send error report. Yes, I have
Oh.
some complaints. Let's see where we got. Okay, well, the donut chart got wiped out, but it looks like everything else is here. All right, hang on, let me save this. Unbelievable. Whatever, save it in my workbook. Okay, hang on, I gotta get caught up with my donut chart again. That is really obnoxious. Okay, hang on. I'll just take a second.
Thanks
here.
for the
Alright, so
suggestion, Maggie. I did pause the timer here while Jen.
Oh,
gets back.
thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks. We appreciate that. All right. So segment, I think we said in sales. I'll have to confirm with you exactly what it was.
Are we ready? Tell me when we're ready to.
Almost. Yeah, just
started.
a second. I'm getting back where I was. Oh my gosh! Not even joking. It crashed again. I can't believe this.
Oh no. It's feeling a little shy today, I guess.
Strongly worded letters.
Dear Tableau,
Yes,
don't break.
Error report.
Does this? I wonder if this happens to Iron Viz competitors.
I've
Probably.
never seen that happen. I lost where I was again. Okay, maybe we should come back to the donut chart thing.
Right. I don't even want to go on to like the pie chart. Let's move on to some line charts. So, Tableau is objecting to round-shaped charting today.
I'm so annoyed. I don't know what you can do in a situation like that except
Well, we can skip it
and carry on. Well,
we can make up
try this
something
again.
else for that spot if we need to.
Yeah, hang on.
Okay.
If it crashes again, then we'll skip it, but I'll hopefully be there.
The chat, by the way, is just blowing up because they know the pie chart is coming, and we're like just joking that Tableau just like inherently knows the pie chart's coming.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I hit save. Oh, yeah, whatever. Okay, at least I got my donut chart. Okay, so let's see. I have segment, and I have sales by segment. Is that what we're looking for?
Whoa. Are we ready to start again now?
Oh, I rebuilt the donut. Yeah. So I think I got it back where we're just confirming what it was.
Just tell me when. Yeah, it's sales by, if those are the segments, technology, furniture, office supplies, that is correct.
Oh shoot, that's not segment. Sorry, technology, furniture, office supplies. Oh my gosh, what is that? Is that ship? Category.
I don't know.
Not segment, must be category.
Category.
Okay. There we go. Furniture, office supplies, and technology. All right. Anything special?
Ready to resume?
Are we ready to resume? Yes, it is. It's got, furniture is colored as sort of Tableau standard blue. I hope your color thing is working today.
Okay.
Office supplies is standard Tableau orange.
Okay.
And technology is that sort of a sort of medium pinkish red, standard red.
I'll go there.
In the center of the donut, there is a total sales value, and each donut segment is labeled with its sales value. And so the center label says total sales, and then the dollar amount is beneath that. No special font changes here. It's just sort of, I don't know, Tableau regular 10-point.
Okay, so I'm sorry, do we have decimals? I didn't hear what you said for that.
No decimals. It's currency, no decimals.
Whoops. Okay. All right, each segment's labeled with their value, total sales in the center. Got some formatting line stuff, but I think we can just leave that for now in the interest of time. Anything else pertinent about the donut chart, or should I come back?
Later, we will bring in the category, the legend into the dashboard. Okay, line chart. I'm not even going to touch that pie chart. We can all just imagine it.
Halfway there, 7.5 minutes.
I'll go onto the line chart.
Yep.
So it is sales by, that was segment, right? It's a line. So you're going to just have, sales by category with years as your x-axis and sales as your y-axis, and just drop the category as your color to break out those three lines. And it should be, I don't know, the full extent of years for your data. It's just at the year level of granularity. There are no axis tick marks on the x-axis, but there are, I don't know what to call those. I'm so terrible with the line formatting. I don't know their names. There's no like horizontal lines in the, I don't even know. Let's, when you see it, you'll understand this thing has not been through a storytelling with data kind of improvement process.
I pulled the red lines.
That's fine. And then the y-axis is labeled sales, and it's topped out. We'll call it that. Do we want to move on to the next? There's no
polishing at the end if we have time.
Right. There's no color legend for that particular line chart. Jump into the area chart.
Oh, area. Right. Okay.
Which is all of the subcategories. So it's time is the x-axis, sales is the y-axis, and I think it is visualize each of the subcategories. Oh my God, I just noticed something really awful.
So are they stacked on, are they stacked so one runs behind each other, or are they stacked on top of each other?
This appears to be stacked so that the max value at the max value, well, if we're not visualizing the same data, I can't even go, hey, the max value for November of 2018 should show, I can see each segment independently. So yeah, it's not
I think they're just stacked on top of each other.
They're stacked on top. I don't know
which.
This
should be a
looks
lot
like
of categories, right?
That's right. Subcategory. This
reminders.
is accessories, copiers, paper, phone, storage, and I don't know the name of this palette. It's very pastel. I don't think it's superficial stone. It is not the default, and it's not Tableau 20 because it doesn't contain the bright colors. It's like pastel. I don't know what its name is, but it's got like pastel pink, pastel purple, pastel light green, olive green, peach.
Could this be this one? In fact, I was going to up the opacity, but I bet it's not fully opaque if you're saying they're pretty pastel looking. So I'll just leave it at a lower value. Okay, that sounds like we've got that for the most part. Anything labeled?
On this, the y-axis is labeled sales with currency and no decimal places. The x-axis does not have x-axis tick marks. There is no title on the x-axis. I would like, for the sake of thumbs down on pie charts, to just put a placeholder on our dashboard that says ugly pie chart. And but if you want to, we can build the pie, which let's do it. Okay, so simple pie. It is all of the subcategories again. Same color palette as the area chart. Yes. Told you, ugly pie
Okay.
will give us more information.
What are we tying
Four,
here?
4 of the subcategories are labeled with their name
Wait,
and their
what does
Oh.
each wedge represent? Sales, profit,
Sub-
discount?
subcategories by sales by subcategory.
All right, now
And
sorry, what were you saying about the wedges?
4 of the subcategories have their mark label turned on. So I would select
And
accessories.
There's some of sales.
I'm sorry, yeah, the mark label is the name of the subcategory and then the sum of sales.
All right, and sorry, which 4 are labeled? Crazy.
Accessories.
The big ones, maybe?
I don't think
It
so.
might be the same.
Accessories, accessories, storage, furnishings, and envelopes.
Ridiculous.
I'm not going to try to get into the mind of the builder
furnishings?
here. Nope. Accessories. Yeah, accessories, storage, furnishings, and envelopes.
This is crazy. All right, there's probably a better way to do this, so I'll be interested to hear how the other teams do this.
You could select each pie that you want
That's
to
what I'm
label, and
doing.
then
Yeah.
and then put on the marks label that says show only selected. Yeah,
Not sure.
yeah. I'm not going to go
2-minute
into like
warning.
I'm not going to go into trying to like get you to pick the colors that belong to each of these things. So let's build.
All right, well, I'll come back to this later. We have
Okay.
time.
Yeah, let's get a dashboard going here. This thing is taller than it is wide, so it's going to scroll off the bottom of a standard size dashboard. Dashboard title is Superstore Sales Dashboard. It's about 18-point font, bold, but it's like Tableau. It's like Tableau regular. It's not a titling font. Then our map comes in the upper left corner. Let's, it's, okay, our balance is not quite 50-50, so that the map is going to be about, I don't know, 40% of the width of the dashboard. The map has a title, profit ratio by state.
Okay.
And that is, I don't know, 16-point font. It's gray, so I'd call that like the second gray in the color picker.
The second gray, like super light?
No, second or third from the top. Yeah.
Oh, the dark gray. Okay.
Yeah, but
That
it's
looks
definitely
black,
not,
but whatever.
it's not black. It's a noticeably gray color, but anyway, not bold. And then we're going to bring in as our color legend floating. It should be the width of the entire, oh, we're running out of time. So bring in the color legend, drop it below the map, and let's move on.
Okay, I'll do that later. Is there something under the map?
It's are we going from left to right or top to bottom?
Either way.
Okay, left to right. The next thing in the upper right is our Excel table of profit by subcategory.
Okay.
I think our time's up.
Time's up.
Yeah.
Hands away from the keyboard.
Jen, you gotta see this. Oh my God.
Nice
All right.
job.
All right.
Well done. Well done.
Let's see.
Jen, there's some comments in the chat that other people would have used more colorful language when Tableau found on them like that.
It is so annoying.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I've never had that happen during a competition before, but crying out loud, not what I needed. Okay, I was trying to find, there's so many things, stats have come in that I'm trying to scroll all the way up.
Man, I wish we could have gone with just ugly pie chart. That was, oh my goodness.
Well,
I'm rating some of these, the float versus
yeah.
float versus, I'm just gonna laugh, man. This was a lot of fun.
Org sales dashboard, is that what I heard?
Org sales dashboard. I'm sorry we did not get to profit by subcategory, and I didn't get to spell out category for you. I told you.
All right. I don't
Oh,
mean
cool.
to rush this
But
because
we're short on time, I know.
yes, we are. We have about 25 minutes left, and that's how much time I told Chris that he would have to present. So why don't we do this? We'll turn it over to Chris because we want to make sure that we hear from him. But we can come back to this or keep talking about it in the chat window. That was really fun though. Thank you guys so much for being great sports, for participating. Everybody who's been commenting in the chat, hopefully you liked it. I think that was wonderful. So thank you guys so much. I am going to turn it over to Christopher Scott though, to talk more about Tableau visual cues, which I actually think ties in really well to the Biz Games because it's one of those things that makes you just really fast. I wasn't looking for the word state. I was looking for the little globe icon. That's what I was looking for when I was trying to build my map. So it's an example of visual cues. I am going to turn it over to Chris though, so that he has as much time as possible. Chris is a fellow Tableau ambassador and Tableau user group leader out of North Carolina. You should definitely follow him on LinkedIn and Twitter. I will post those links in the chat because he is just absolutely wonderful. But I am going to turn it over to him to talk about Tableau visual cues.
Woo. All right, I'm going to share my screen. Let me know when everybody can see it. You should be able to see it now.
Yep.
All right, fantastic. All right, well, I do want to say thank you, Brandy and Patrick and the whole team here for having me. I really do feel like I owe you one since I let you down last time. So this is kind of payback, right? Or the opposite of that in a good way. All right, so Brandy had asked me, I have about a half a dozen presentations to kind of in my back pocket. And she's like, no, you can't use any of those. You're going to do visual cues. So I was like, oh, well, yeah, that's good. That's good stuff. So, so this is a new presentation for me. So I am a fast talker. So I hope to get everything in that we want to talk about. This is going to be a very hands-on demo of walking you through, again, Tableau desktop and some visual cues that are in there as far as some things, again, as Brandy mentioned, things you can do to get better, to be faster with using Tableau so that you're not having to search here or there and having to troubleshoot and do all those tips. So without further ado, I did want to mention that I am literally going line by line. And I'm just going to show this real quick. This, and I actually am going to put this in the chat for you. But it's, don't tune me out because there is value to this session. So it's going to be all hands-on and showing you how these things, but I'm going line by line by this visual cues in Tableau. And so we're going to get through all kind of 6 of these main topics here. But this is a really good kind of, if you want a cheat sheet, like bookmark this page. If you are new in Tableau, or if you're a veteran, like I know Brandy and I, we've been talking about this. We've been using Tableau for over 10 years. There's still things on here that I didn't know, or that I still refer back to on a weekly basis. So please, use this, bookmark this link and go in and use that. So anyway, but like I said, I'm going to make it fun. We're going to make it very, very exciting for the rest of the afternoon. As Brandy mentioned, I am Christopher Scott. You can find me right there. I know she said she was going to post it at CGScottDVA on Twitter and obviously LinkedIn. This is who I am. I'm a BI, Business Intelligence Enablement Lead at Enact Mortgage Insurance in Raleigh, North Carolina. I've got our little 6-pack here. So wife Rebecca, we got four kids, all under the age of 12. And we decided that we were gluttons for punishment, so we would have and go get get a dog. So yes, life around here just never stops. I did this bio page for another organization, and some things you may not know about me. I am a musician, so if it has strings, I can probably play it. I love coffee, good coffee, craft beer, and bourbon. So if you're Brandy, if you want to say thank you, those are the ways that. No, I'm kidding. But I did see the Durham, North Carolina. I was born and raised in Durham. I'm the leader of the Raleigh Durham Tableau user group, but I have a fantastic team of about 6 other people that we run the Raleigh-Durham Tableau user group. And also I am part of a larger, much like this group, Carolina Tableau user group. That's North and South Carolina. We meet once, maybe twice a year. And actually, conveniently, our next Tableau user group is tomorrow. So I will not be presenting and I will not be leading that one. Let some other folks take the mantle on that one, but I will be there. Come and join me. Again, the beauty of, as Brandy and Patrick mentioned at the beginning, the beauty of virtual is that we can all be together. So come and join us tomorrow. The link is on there, and I think I can actually, I don't want to copy the dashboard item. Can I get in there? No. Oh, it did come through. Here we go. All right, post it in the chat for everybody. All right. So without further ado, let's get into the meat. Let's get visual, right? The Office reference. No, nobody. Yes, that's a double entendre reference there. But yes, so we're going to get visual. We're going to talk about visual cues in Tableau. The first place that almost every single person, new or old in Tableau, asks me about is the confusion around data sources in the data pane. And I'm actually going to go out of the presentation mode here. Now also, can I undock this? Because it's, well, let me make it, maybe I can make it small. Here we go. Okay. All right. So you're going to have to deal with my background a little bit, but that's better because we can see everything that's on here. So we're going to, again, kind of do, I'm sure that if you haven't done, or if it's been a while since you've done a walkthrough of like everything that's on Tableau, we're going to do that today. So we're going to talk about data sources in the data pane. And yes, there is a data pane. There's also a little thing up here called the Analytics pane. So all of these functions and features like cluster and forecast, trend lines, totals, constant lines, all those things are in the Analytics pane. So that's an FYI for you. If you didn't know those had names, they're the data pane and the Analytics pane. There are essentially, I think 5 different types. I never use cubes. So if you use cubes in relational databases, there is a cube icon that will come up here. I don't have access to any of them, so I didn't put them up there. I don't even know where to go get a cube at this point. But essentially what you will most likely run into is one of these 5 things. So I want to talk about the data source icons up here. So this little, let's start with this one. So this first one here, let's start, I guess, here. This one here is a live database connection. And that has one, cylinder. I think that's what it's called. It's been a while since geometry. It's one cylinder. And as you'll see here, when you've got an extract, it's 2 cylinders. So it literally means you're taking a copy of that data source. Now, food for fact. I'm glad that Brandy brought up a fun fact, but here's a food for fact with Hyper. Just in case you were at the Tableau conference. I know Patrick, I think I sat beside Patrick during the session at Tableau conference a few years ago. When they talked about Hyper, they did it up, right? There was a big thing, Hyper. I think we all had it as our ringtone for a while. I know, because I made it for you, Brandy. I remember that. But Hyper was a big deal, and I think it's kind of it's lost some of its luster, some of its thing. But let me tell you, I have literally had multi-gig, 40, 50, 60 gig files, SAS files, text files, that when you extract that data and put it into Hyper, we're talking about in the neighborhood of like maybe 300 to 400 megs. So going from 40, 50, 60 gigs down to like 300 megs, it is that exponential how small that they can get these data sources. So anyway, I just want to put a little thing out there that please use the Hyper, use the extracts. Hyper is amazing. It will save you storage not only on your server, but also on your desktop. So, and then again, and then the last one here is this little Tableau icon. That means I am connected to a Tableau server. So when we're connected to our server, you'll get this little icon. So you see, these are the different types of data sources that you will have connections to. I would, for the sake of time, I'm not going to go into the back end of these and talk about the different, there's different ones that you'll see when you actually connect to data. like these range values in Excel. These are connected to worksheets and things like that. So, but just know this is a really good place to start. This means extract, this means live, this means server. All right, so now we are gonna go to the next one, and that is fields in the data pane. So not on the sheet yet. Don't skip over that. We're gonna talk about the fields, and this is exactly what Brandy had mentioned before. What are all these things in the data pane? There's different icons. There are visual cues to help us. So things like ABC, oh, that's a string field, pretty self-explanatory. This is one that I always get a question about, and when people come back and forth, I go, well, what does that icon say? And this one here is this is a date. It is not a date time. So that limits the drillability, if that's even a word, of that field. So it can only go down to the day level. If you have a little, I don't know if I have one on here. Let me see if I have one in my MBA. I do not have, it's going to connect the server. I don't have a date time. You can see what it looks like though. If, for instance, we can convert it. You can convert those date types by clicking on any one of them, as long as they're not published data sources. That's a different story. We can talk about that in a second with calculations. So you can go in there, but you'll see the little clock icon. That means it's a date time, affects the drillability. You can go all the way down to the second of that date field. Again, these for our younger audience, the hashtag, or the or as we would call it, the pound sign. That means it is a number, is an integer field. You will most likely only see these in the which I'm still not used to the new layout in the Tableau 2021 of there's no longer this big split between all your measures and dimensions. So if you do not have 2021 whatever yet, just be prepared that it now does it by data source, and it may be let's see, group by data source, group by folder. Oh, okay, so group by folder does it. Okay, perfect. Sorry, that's on my thing. So if we're grouping by folder, you will get the delineation between dimensions and measures. If you're grouping by data source, the dimension measure will be split by data source. So that's a quick way. If you're lost and you need to find it, you can go and click that little caret. It's my best friend. All right, so we talked about the icons. Again, Brandy mentioned there it is. So you see this little icon that is typically relegated to things like state. And actually, I think I have that. Yep, I have that in my hierarchy here, which that's the next one. This little icon connotes a hierarchy. I actually did create this. So if I remove this hierarchy, this is how the data comes in. You can select each one of them and then create. I'm going to create a quick hierarchy here, state. I'll take region out. I don't care about region. And right click and then create your hierarchy. And you can name it whatever you want to. I usually name it location or something that's going to help me. But you can see I've got my hierarchy here, and this connotes a hierarchy. Now, apparently you can create calculated hierarchies. I'm not sure how to do that, so we're gonna skip that for now. One of the other pieces I did want to go back to was this little blue and orange icon. We're talking about fields on the data pane. The blue and orange connotes when you're blending a data set. So if you've got your blue is your primary, your orange is your secondary. Conversely, the colors on the data pane, blue is discrete on the fields, green is continuous. Think the bar chart itself versus the width of the bar chart. So that's always helped me to connote between the blue and the orange. And then I did do one here. Oh yeah, if you click on this, you'll notice you get this little link icon, and it will tell you whether that is a linking field. Now, if it matches 1-to-1, then you don't have to go in and define the relationship. Tableau will automatically find that linking field. And then typically if you just bring it in, like I brought in returned here, it automatically joined this little icon tells you orange, it's automatically joined, and it's the blended field blended between the two data sources. And this will let you know where the primary and the secondary If you need to, you can go in here and edit the blend relationships. And I'm sorry, I'm on a Mac, so it may be a little bit different, but should be pretty similar. Always be careful when you're defining these relationships. What are your primary and your secondary? So just, I'm not going to get into that because we're talking about visual cues. All right, let's move on because I know we're short on time. All right, fields on the shelf. So now we're going to move them from the data pane. We're going to move them from here onto the shelf. So again, we do see our greens and blues are continuous. So that's our sales. And our blue is our what is the bar itself. And that's our states. And so when we throw them on the pane, you'll see that again, nothing other than blue and green. If we did change this to discrete, you'll notice it goes back to blue, and you get that where you could actually create some semblance of a scatter plot, right? But we're not here for that today. So I did do a little bit of this ahead of time, but when you do, I'll clear the sort here. When you bring it on the screen, you're going to get a reference like this. If you click the sort, it's going to throw your sort little cue on there to tell you that it's sorting states. And then if you need to define the sort, you can always go in and click the sort and define rather than predefining or letting Tableau define your sort for you. But that lets you know you are sorting states on something. So it's not the other way around. It makes sense. But anyway, okay. So the other ones are things like sets. I did create a small set here. Again, this icon, this kind of Venn diagram lets you know that you do have a set there. Things like this little delta. I mean, you may have created something and you had no idea what you created, but this little delta or triangle icon lets you know that you do have a quick table calculation on there. I, for one, have a % of total on and that's what you see colored by % of total. So this makes up 19.92% of all states is my sales for that. The other one is it does let you know. So if you bring over something like the number, so I brought over the number of returns. So I want to know how many returns are in each state. And so it actually looks like, if we're doing some analysis, right? We're not here for that today, but we're doing some analysis. There's a lot less sales in Washington than in Texas. However, there are a lot more returns in Washington than Texas. So a little bit of, interesting find there. But that's one of the ways that we can do that bivariate analysis in there. And we brought over returns, didn't have to join anything. We just did a quick blend and threw returns on our sheet. And that lets us know, this little icon lets us know it's coming from a different data source. And it is in fact our secondary data source because it has that little orange check. All right, the marks card. So I have a whole thing on here, but the marks card. So when you throw a field on the marks card, it's going to get this nice little icon right next to it. Pretty self-explanatory. So again, things like sum of sales. So if we take sum of sales, throw it on the color, we can do that. We can add this, the sum of sales. So that's going to give you this little icon. What's really nice, same functionality. If let's say we want to color by sales and ship mode, we can click this and add that to the color. And you see, oh, wait, no, that's not how it works. There's a way to do it on multiples. Oh, what is it? I forgot how to do it now. Nope, it's not gonna work.
Are you trying to add two different things to the color shelf?
Yeah, there's a way you can do it. Anyway, it's irrelevant.
They both have to be like the same type. You can't have like a dimension and measure. They both have to be measures.
I tried that with sales and profit, but anyway, it's all good. Anyway, but you can change the mark type by just clicking on it the same way you can change the data type by just clicking on it. And let me make so those are the size. You can throw a dimension on the size and it's going to affect the size of your line. You can throw the little T stands for label, or it used to stand in, if you use Tableau for a while, it used to stand for text. So that made sense, but now it's label, which still makes sense in its own right. The detail affects the level of detail of your visualization. The text or label will also do that. So just be aware that you can kind of kill two birds there. And then finally, if we want to add something to our tooltip, like total discount, but we don't want it affecting our visualization, throw it on the tooltip, and this little icon will let us know what is in tooltip. Now, it almost 99% of the time will not affect your visualization if you throw this on a tooltip, but just be aware that it could affect if you've got more than one thing. The tooltip will only do singular pieces of information. Like we couldn't throw segment on the tooltip because that's going to give us a star because there's more than one thing. So that's just a little nugget there. And let's see, sheets and workbook. So I know we got 4 minutes, so we'll make this quick. So sheets on dashboard. So I think this is really, really, really critical when throwing a sheet onto your dashboard. Always make sure that they're titled, but also you can see here we've got this nice little sheet here. We can also look when we create our stories to tell if we're putting dashboards, which is this nice little foursquare, or we're throwing a sheet on there. So these little icons let us know. And what I personally love about the the newer versions of Tableau, and that's why I always recommend get as far as you can go in the latest versions, because when you do hover, you can get a little snapshot of what is on each one of these sheets, so you're not flying blind when you throw things onto a dashboard or a worksheet. And if you get this little icon, that means there's nothing on the sheet. So good to know. Okay, thanks. All right. So last thing is fields in the calculations. So little tips, and I actually am going to create all of them in one. So if we've got something like profit ratio, you see here I've got sum of profit divided by sum of sales. The blue indicates so if we take the AVG, for instance, it's going to go blue. If we start typing in average, it actually does it. Hold on. AVR. No, it's still going to stay blue. Hold on. Let me see if AVR. Nope. So if we type in AVG, it's going to go blue. I think this is just maintaining what it did before. But all right. So blue connotes it's a calculation function. And another little tip. It took me forever to find this. This little caret will typically come depressed. I think that's the right terminology, collapsed. If you click it open, voila, you've got all of your calculation functions in there. And you can click this little icon, and let's say you're looking for a specific date function, like how in the hell do I create a date trunk, right? What is that? And lo and behold, Tableau will tell you exactly how to build that calculation right in there. So if you're wondering about functions, anything like that, open up this little dot. You won't even have to go into Tableau Help. You can see it right there on your screen. Again, the orange tells me I do have that field in my data set. So you can either start typing in profit, or you can drag and drop that into here. So again, same thing with the quantity. And if we wanted to do, maybe we wanted to multiply it times the average of the top customers. So I can start typing in top customers, or again, same thing, drag it. And my purple is my parameter, purple parameters, right? Purple parameters. All right, so blue is our function, and we can find all those on the right-hand side. Orange is our field. Purple is our parameters. And the last thing is our orange. So this is totally, but it does help if you are searching and doing some cleanup on some dashboards and data and calculations. If I start typing in a field like returns, we know that's from, so you'll see here this sample superstore. I've now got orange. It's going to tell me exactly where my data source came from and what's the name of the field that it was coming from. So again, blue, orange, purple, and orange. And without further ado, that is 2:30 and I am done. So, whew.
You crushed it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for agreeing to present to us today, for allowing me to suggest the topic. I really appreciate that. I think we only had one question, and it was people I think were really impressed with your title slides. Are those images or did you create those in Tableau?
Nope. So those are all done in PowerPoint. I am a huge fan of creating a dashboard, a deck in PowerPoint, and then bringing it over into Tableau. This is actually a tip that Nelson Davis gave probably 10 years ago. I mean, right when I first started, there's a blog called Do Your Next PowerPoint in Tableau. So you don't have to worry about embedding. I spent years trying to embed Tableau dashboards into PowerPoints. Well, why go that way when you could go the other way and then publish up your PowerPoint? So I literally created everything, and the design ideas that are in PowerPoint are my saving grace. Like it start typing in, it brings up something, and I'm like, that's beautiful. I'll just use that. So that's a really big tip. And then put it in Tableau. Literally just drag and drop the image here onto here, and then once you've chosen your image, I just downloaded them. They're all in presentation 1, and then fit and center, and then I just made it. Typically don't do automatic, but for this case, I just did automatic, and it filled up my whole screen, and voila, good to go.
Perfect. Nice. Well, I think I for sure am going to try and do more presentations directly in Tableau. That was wonderful. Again, I think Chris shared the link to the visual cues documentation. It is lengthy. It is detailed. Chris did a great job summarizing them and showing them in real context. So thank you again so much, Chris, for that. But it is helpful to refer back to because there's so many that, even like Chris said, right, you've been using Tableau for 10 years, you still forget about those things. So definitely check them out. So just to wrap up, I know we're already over time, so I really appreciate you all sticking with us. A few things I'm going to do. First of all, in the chat, I posted a variety of links for your Milwaukee and Madison Tableau user groups. Collectively, we also run the Wisconsin Tableau user group, but you will find those Wisconsin events. They're for sure up on the Milwaukee event page, and I believe Madison will be adding them shortly. You can also always reach out to us, right? So Milwaukee has a email address you can reach out to us at, and Madison has a Twitter handle. You can reach out to them there as well. Upcoming events, you can see here on this slide. I'm not going to spend a lot of time going through it because we are already over time. But I do want to get to our giveaway winners. So we are selecting 4 people. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask that these people message me directly in the chat with your email address so that I can send you gifts, because a lot of people are only giving their first names in Zoom, which I totally understand. But I want to make sure it's the right Paula. It's the right Gina S. It's the right Mercedes. And then Andrew Holmes, you 4 are the winners today. So again, that's Paula, Gina S, Mercedes, and Andrew Holmes. Thank you so much for commenting, asking questions. You are our winners. Please message me in the chat and I will email you with some more information to get you a prize. Christopher Scott, thank you so much again for joining us today and the wonderful presentation. You will also be receiving a gift because we like to give gifts to anybody who donates their time and gives a presentation. So if you do want to ever, if you didn't win a gift, a giveaway prize here today, but you want one, you want some Tableau swag, put together a presentation, 15 minutes. That's all we look for. We love to hear, real world use cases, tips and tricks, just things that you've learned along the way. Anything goes. We've got people who are brand new. So if you are new, brand new folks, helping brand new folks is wonderful. If you are advanced, if you're a Tableau server administrator, we want to hear from all of you. Any perspective is a valid perspective. So reach out. Let me know if you'd ever be interested in presenting. You will get a wonderful prize in return. But that is our meeting today. So thank you so much for joining us, for sticking around. We really, really appreciate your time today, the time of all of our presenters and people who participated in the Biz Games. And Christopher Scott, thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate it. So thank you so much for joining us. That's the end of our meeting. I will say Andrew Holmes still needs to reach out to me. And other than that, I've got everybody's email. So thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you,
Great day,
Brandy.
everyone.
Prasan,
It was
thank you so
great.
much for joining us today. It was wonderful having you. Great job.
Yeah, go to bed, Prasan.
I know. Go to bed.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Bye.
I can't.
All right, see ya.
Bye, everyone.